Everyone, welcome back. So, I am Ashrifari, the maths faculty in Tala Padmavati International School. We were dealing with chapter 1, building with bricks. Today we are going to learn how to make bricks manually. So, the making of the brick is done in stepwise process. So, let us see what is the first step. In the first step, they are going to wet the mud by digging the pits of mud, and then they are going to pour the water so that the mud absorbs the water and get wet. Once the mud is wet, then they gather the mud at one place. You can see in this picture, the person is digging the mud, wet mud from the ground and gathering it at one place. After gathering, he is mixing it well so that it absorbs the water. Then here you can see a person is carrying the mud from here to the place where they are given a shape. So once he collected, he is going to give the shape to the mud. So here, this is the frame which gives a shape to the brick. So they are going to take the small amount of mud into their hands and going to put in that frame so that it gets a shape, the shape of the brick. And also there you can see the name, they are also tagging the name of the brick by using. So this is done. They continuously repeat this process to give the shape of the brick. So we make the clay and soil mixture by the water, and we get through hose in the previous evening itself. So how do they make the clay? They make the clay by the mixing the soil as well as water. The next day morning we make the mixture proper enough to make it for molding. So this mud is molded into the frames to get the shape of the brick. So the person here is telling that before, when they used to not have the brick, previously we used to break down the rock manually by ourselves to get the soil. So how tough the work was before they used to get the soil. They used to break the rocks, and out of rocks they used to make the bricks. So once they are done, they are arranged in this manner. They are left for one day to dry, children, because if the wet bricks are arranged in this manner, they will be falling. So they will be giving the time for getting it wet for 1 to 2 days. Then they will make an arrangement in this manner. See, you can see the spacing between them. As we have discussed the jali patterns also, you can see the arrangement of the bricks. For heating the bricks, each one of us takes the ownership of 2 stoves. We heat it starting the previous day. Morning from 6 a.m. they start heating the bricks from morning 6 a.m. to the next day 6 p.m. So these arrangement of the bricks is to keep it on heating manner. So the spacing between in the bricks is for putting the heat. So once the bricks are arranged, they put the fire in between these holes, whatever holes are there, they put the fire in this so that at morning 6 o'clock, if today morning 6 o'clock they put the heat, they keep it for the next day 6 p.m. So see, once they are heated up, the whole day they get heated up, and then you can see why they are heating this thing. They are heating only because they can get stronger. The bricks get stronger. When they are kept for drying, they are not that stronger. To make bricks stronger, they heat this thing. And once they are heated, they are all set to go. So now here you can see that there is an arranged bricks. Here the person is putting the thing in frame. This third picture is showing that he is putting the mud, and the first one is digging. So you need to arrange the bricks in a systematic, or you need to arrange this process in a systematic order. So what is the first step? What is the first step of making the brick? Is it putting the mud in the frame? No. The first step is digging the mud and wetting the mud. So C is the first step. Next what he is going to do? He is going to do some small amount of mud into his hands, and he is going to put in the frame. So D is the second step. After putting the mud into it, he is going to demold it from the frame. So C, D, B. And what is the last step? Last step is they are going to arrange the bricks to let it dry. After drying, what they are going to do? They are going to set it on fire. So children, you can write the process of making bricks in your own words. So before we go to the next topic, let us learn about the number system. To read any number, we need place values. So here are the place values I have listed. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000. This 10,000 and lakh is new for you because you have dealt with the numbers till 1,000. So let us see what is ones, what is tens, how they are formed, and what are their values. So ones is represented by 1. And how many digits ones has? Ones consists of only 1 digit. So what are the 1 digit numbers? The 1 digit numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. To form any number, any greatest number of either it might be 5 digits, it might be 6 digits, it might be 7 digits. These 0 to 9 digits are used to form any number. So can you tell me which is the smallest 1 digit number? The smallest 1 digit number is 0 or 1. The greatest, which is the greatest 1 digit number then? 8, 9. After 9 what we are going to get? After 9 we are going to get 10. 10 is a 2 digit number. Why am I telling it is a 2 digit number? 0 is 1 digit, 1 is 1 digit. So this is a 2 digit number. So what is the greatest 1 digit number? 9 is the greatest 1 digit number. Once again, ones is represented by 1. It has 1 digit, and the smallest 1 digit number is 0 or 1, and the greatest 1 digit number is 9. So let us come how tens is formed. 10 ones. 10 ones kept together forms a 10. So children, if you have 10 1 rupee coins, how much money do you have? It means you have 10 rupees. So in the same way, 10 ones form 1 tens. A tens has how many digits? 1, 0. 1 and 0. How many digits? 2 digits. So which is the smallest 2 digit number? The smallest 2 digit number starts from 9 is anyhow 1 digit number. After 9 what we are going to get? After 9 we are going to get 10. 10 is a 2 digit number. In the same way, where does this 2 digit numbers end? 90, 92, 93, 94, 95. 95 is also a 2 digit number. 96 is also 2. 97, 98, 99. 99 is the last 2 digit number. So it is called as the greatest 2 digit number is 99. After 99, what we are going to get? After 99, we are going to get 100. Whereas 100 has 1, 0, 0. Which means it has 3 digits in it. Yes, children. And how 100 is formed? 100 is formed. Now you are having 10 rupees notes. When you have 10 rupees note, how much money you have? Total amount of money you have is 100 rupees. So 10 tens makes 100. 10 tens make 100. And how many digits are there in 100? 3 digits. And how many zeros are there in 100? 2 digits. So the smallest 3 digit number is starting from 100. Why? 99 is 2 digit. 100 is 3 digits. So smallest 3 digit number is 100. Next, which is the greatest 3 digit number? Where these 3 digit numbers are ending? 998, 999, 999 after, children? That is 1000. Again 1000 is 1, 2, 3, 4 digit numbers. So 999 is the greatest 3 digit number. Next, coming to 1000. How 1000 is formed and how many zeros are there in 1000? How many digits are there in 1000? Can you help me in counting? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Total how many digits? Total 4 digits. And how 1000 is formed? Now we are having 10 100 rupees notes. 10 100 rupees notes make 1000. 10 100 rupees notes make 1000. So after 999 we are having 1000, which is the smallest 4 digit number. Next, which is the greatest 4 digit number? The greatest 4 digit number is 9999. You may ask me, teacher, how are you reading the number? I am reading the number using the place values. How am I representing the place values? From left side now. Ones, tens, hundred, thousands. So how am I going to read 1000 remaining? So how am I reading 9999? 9999. So next we are going to learn about 10,000. So what is the number which is going to come after 9999? It is 10,000. And how many digits are there in 1000? 4. And how many digits are there in 10,000? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see here, children, there is a 10 in this number, right? This is 10. And how many digits are there? How many zeros? How many zeros are there in 1000? 3. So this is the 1000 and this is the 10. All together, how we are going to read it? We are going to read it as 10,000. So how this 10,000 is formed? This 10,000 is formed 10 thousands. For example, here in previous days we used to also get thousands note. So if you are having 10 thousands note, then you are going to form 10,000. So as I told you, you can read it as 10 and 1000. The number of digits in it are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the smallest 5-digit number is 10,000 and the greatest 5-digit number is, yes, 99,999. Why are you reading this 99 together, ma'am? Because 1000 and 10,000 belongs to same family. Okay, same family in the sense they are said to be same period, and ones, tens, hundreds are said to be same period, whereas thousands and 10,000 are said to be same period. So 1000 and 10,000 are read together. So I am calling it as 99,000, then 999. After 99,999, you are going to get a lakh. Have you heard this word lakh anywhere? Did you? A lakh of people visited the concert. Yes, lakh of people visited this place. Lakh of people were injured. These kind of words you might have heard. So what is a lakh? What is the value of lakh? lakh comes after 99,999, and you can see 1 0 0 0 0 0. How many zeros are there in the lakh? 5 zeros are present in a lakh, and the number is how many digits? 1 2 3 4 5 6. A lakh is a 6-digit number. And children, if you observe here, as I told you, 1000 is 3 zeros, right? Yes. So let us take it, last 3 zeros as 1000, and 2 zeros. 100 means what? 100. So can I read it as 100,000? Yes, I can read it as 100,000 also. Either you can call it as 100,000 or you can call it as 1 lakh. Both makes same sense. So how is 1 lakh formed? As I told you, 1010 notes makes 10,000. In the same way, group of 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Like that, if you are having 10 groups of 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, then it forms as 1 lakh. Okay, so what is the smallest 6-digit number? The smallest 6-digit number is 1 lakh. Okay, and 1 lakh can be also read as 100,000. So what is the greatest number, children? Now, how to read this greatest number? You can read this greatest number by dividing the number into periods. As just now I told you, ones, tens, hundreds are called as ones period, and 1000 and 10,000 is called as thousands period, and lakh is lakhs period. So see children, ones, tens, hundreds, I kept a comma here. 1000 and 10,000 I kept a comma here and divided the number. Now it is very easy for you to read the number. Like how? 9 lakh. 9 lakh. What I said? 1000 and 10,000 should be read together. So 9 lakh 99,999. It might be tough. Now it might be looking tough for you, difficult for you. But as you will be practicing many numbers, you will be mastering it. So 9 lakhs 99,999. Simply you put any 6 digits like 7, 8, 9, 3, 6 and divide ones, tens, 100 as one's family, 1,000, 10,000 as one's family, and lakhs as one family, and simply you can read the number. So once again let's recall. Ones is 1-digit number, tens is 2-digit number, hundreds is 3-digit number, 10,000 is 5-digit number, and lakh is 6-digit number, where tens is having 1 0, 100 is having 2 zeros, 1,000 is having 3 zeros, 10,000 is having 4 zeros, and lakh is having 5 zeros. And I also told you how can you read the lakh? Yes, by dividing the number. By dividing the number, and you can also read it as 100,000. So now children, let us see the textbook question. So children, have you seen a brick kiln? Did you try to guess the number of bricks kept in it? What is a kiln? In the previous video, I have shown you the process of making the brick, right? So there, after making the bricks to make it strong, they were arranging the bricks to burn the bricks, right? So that arrangement is called as brick kiln. So how tall it was also having the spacing between that, so that the fire can be kept in between. So that is called as brick kiln. So once again, go back to the previous video, see the brick kiln and guess how many numbers of bricks are kept in that. There are many brick kilns in India. So the making of the bricks in India is done in many places. Okay, and thousands of them, more than 100,000. Can you imagine how big this number is? So as we have discussed about the number system, we have also learned about 100,000. So can you just imagine how big this number is? 100,000. So you can see here 100. For 100 I have written 100, and how many zeros are there for 1000? 0. So together it makes as lakh. This is also called as 1 lakh. Yes children, can you try to write this? You can also try this number to write, and I also told you to try with different numbers and read out the number. Ask your friends whether they have heard this lakh. Yes, we have heard the lakh number in different places. Now, find out, look at these photos and guess how many bricks are carried by this truck. When the building constructions are going on, children, how do bricks come to our place? Either it might be a truck, either it might be a lorry or something, right? So, have you ever guessed or have you inquired from your parents how many bricks comes in one truck? Okay, so children, you need to do this. If your construction of house is done, just go and ask your parents that how many bricks were used for the construction of your building and all. Okay, and also you can look at this picture and guess the number of bricks are kept in this truck. Find out the driver truck how many bricks they can carry in one truck. So it's not possible to find a driver truck nearby your houses. So directly go to your parents and ask them how many bricks were required for the construction of your building. Okay, guess this one. Now let us have a look towards this problem. So Bhajan went to buy bricks. The price was given for 1000 bricks. So children, the price, they are not saying the one price, brick of one price is 5 rupees or not like that. They are saying 1000 bricks, the cost of 1000 bricks they are giving. So the price was also different from different type of bricks. So all the bricks are not of same cost, children. Okay, depending upon the size, depending upon the place, the cost of the bricks is varying, and they are not giving the price in as one brick as 5 rupees, one brick as 2 rupees. No, they are not telling us like that. They are saying that 1000 bricks. 1000 bricks are for 10 rupees. 1000 bricks are for this much. So like that. So let us see. Old bricks. The cost of old bricks is rupees 1200 for 1000 bricks. So what they are saying, they are going to get 1000 bricks for rupees 1200. In 1200 they are going to get only one brick, children. No, they are going to get 1000 bricks for how much cost? For rupees 1200. What type of bricks are those? Those are old bricks. Now let us see. Now new bricks. New bricks from Intapur. New bricks from Intapur is of cost how much? 1800. In 1800 how many bricks we are going to get? 1000 bricks we are going to get. Okay. Next, new bricks from Brickabad. The name itself is having brick in it. Okay. We shall see what is the cost. The cost is 2000. 2000 rupees for how much? They are having 1000 bricks for 2000 rupees. So once again, old bricks 1200, new bricks 1800, new bricks from Brickabad 2000 rupees. So 1200, 1000 bricks will come, 1800, 1000 bricks will come, 2000 rupees, 1000 bricks will come. Now Bhajan decided to buy the new bricks from Brickabad. So where we have to get back, children? We need to go to Brickabad. What is the cost of the bricks in Brickabad? In Brickabad, 1000 bricks are coming at 2000 rupees. Yes. So now Bhajan decided to buy the new bricks from Brickabad. He brought 3000 bricks. If 1000 bricks is 2000 rupees, can you tell me how many bricks you will get for how many rupees you have to spend to get 3000 bricks? Come on, think on it, children. 3000 bricks from Brickabad is equals to how much? If the cost of new bricks from Brickabad is 2000 rupees. Come on, think on it. So now let us see the solution here. 1000 new bricks from Brickabad is for rupees 2000. So 3000 new bricks is equals to how much? So this is repeated addition, children. When we have repeated addition, what we have to do? We need to multiply. Let us take an example. If the cost of one chocolate is 10 into 2. In the same way, if 1000 bricks is for 2000 rupees, 3000 bricks is equals to how much? 2000 into 3, which is 6000. So how much money he paid? He paid total amount of 6000 rupees for 3000 new bricks. Let us see the next question. Guess what he will pay if he buys 500 old bricks. So what is the cost of 1000 old bricks? 1000 old brick is rupees 1200. So just imagine, children, half of 1000. Okay, you can tell me half of 10. What is half of 10? Half of 10 is 5. Right? So half of 1000 is 500. Yes. So in the same way, old bricks is 1200. What is 1200? Half amount of 1200. Come on, think and work on it. And also you can do some more example problems by generating your own additions and subtraction questions on it. Thank you.